You ever feel like you're in a fight that nobody else can see? You know, a struggle not with someone else, but with that voice inside your own head? Well, today we're diving deep into that very conflict. It's a powerful story about how our mind, man, it can be our greatest ally or it can be our absolute worst enemy. So let's meet Arjun. Now, on the outside, this guy seemed to have it all. People saw him as brilliant, super talented, the total package. But what was going on inside? A completely different story. While everyone else saw confidence, his mind was whispering, "You just got lucky. You're not as good as they think. It's all gonna come crashing down." Sound familiar? It's a feeling a lot of us can probably relate to. And what happens when you start believing those thoughts? Well, the result is huge. Arjun's own mind, totally consumed by fear and doubt, started to sabotage him. Simple tasks suddenly felt like climbing Mount Everest, and amazing opportunities, they just looked like a chance to fail. He was so capable, but his own thinking was holding him back. Finally, just fed up with being a prisoner in his own head, Arjun goes to find a wise old man, and he asks this question that just cuts right to the heart of it all. Why? I know I can do this, so why does my own mind stop me? It's that moment he realized, okay, I can't win this fight by myself. So Arjun was about to get his answer, but, it wasn't going to be some gentle, comforting advice. Oh no. The wise man had something a little more drastic planned. And that's all he said. "Meet me near the river tomorrow morning." So simple, so mysterious. No long speech, no philosophy, just an invitation. It was setting the stage for a lesson that Arjun would never, ever forget. The next morning, they're standing by the river, and then, out of nowhere, the wise man pushes Arjun straight into the water. Can you imagine the shock, the absolute panic? But as Arjun is struggling, something amazing happens. All that overthinking, all that self-doubt, all that negative chatter in his brain, it just vanished. It was gone. There was only one thought left. I need to survive. So Arjun finally pulls himself out of the water, probably angry, definitely confused. And the old man asks him this one critical question. See, he wasn't trying to be cruel. He was forcing Arjun to feel a moment of pure, absolute clarity, a moment where only the most essential thing matters. And Arjun's answer? So simple, so powerful. To breathe. He didn't say success or money or what other people think, just the raw, primal need to breathe. And right there, in that one single word, was the key to everything. And this was the heart of the whole lesson. The wise man told him, when you want to succeed as badly as you wanted that breath of air, your mind has no choice but to get on board. All the doubt, all the fear, it just gets pushed aside. Your mind stops being a distraction and becomes a laser-focused tool. Wow. So that intense, kind of crazy experience at the river, it sparked this huge realization in Arjun. He finally got it. The problem was never him. He was always capable. The real issue was the thoughts he was letting run the show. With these words, the wise man just completely reframed Arjun's whole life. It wasn't about a lack of talent. It wasn't about being weak. The only problem was that he was giving power to thoughts that just weren't true. The battle shifted from trying to be better to learning to think better. And this right here is the big takeaway for all of us. Your thoughts are not reality. They're just suggestions your brain makes. They're like pop-up ads. You don't have to click on them. You have the power to choose which ones you believe. You are the gatekeeper of your own mind. Okay, but having that aha moment is one thing, right? The real work starts now. Arjun had to take this amazing realization and actually turn it into a daily practice. He had to start training his mind. And here's the super practical method he used. It's a simple 3-step process. First, just observe the negative thought. Don't fight it, don't judge it, just notice it, like watching a cloud float by. Step 2, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this actually true? And you can even say out loud, that's just a thought, not a fact. And finally, step 3, reinforce a better reality. Remind yourself of what you've actually accomplished, what you're actually good at. Observe, challenge, reinforce. That's it. Now, this was not some magic overnight fix. Of course not. It was more like building a muscle. It took time and consistency. But every single day he practiced, that voice of self-doubt got a little bit quieter, and his own true voice got a little bit louder. He was finally in the driver's seat of his own mind.
So, when you boil it all down, Arjun's story shows us that the ultimate power isn't somewhere out there, it's right inside us. It all comes down to a choice that we have to make every single day.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It's so clear, right? When your mind is your enemy, it hides your strengths, it amps up your fears, and it keeps you stuck. But when you train it to be your ally, it creates real confidence, it helps you build your future, it unlocks every last bit of your potential.
Years later, this was Urjan's secret. He realized he was always good enough, he was always talented. Nothing about him had to change on the outside. The only thing that changed was that he just stopped believing the lies his mind was feeding him. That's it.
And really, that's the question this whole story leaves us with. Your mind holds the power to be your biggest roadblock or your most incredible asset. Every day, every moment, you're at that crossroads. It can destroy you or it can build you. So, what will you choose?